Rachel Reeves was potentially going to scrap stamp duty in her budget this week,
yeah.
but obviously we know she didn't do that, and instead there was a mansion tax.
Yeah, so I suppose we should just explain what she did.
Yeah.
Which is what they're calling a mansion tax, essentially a tax on homes worth £2 million or more.
Yeah.
And you can sort of end up paying a yearly fee of sort of $2,500 up to $7,500, I think, a year. Obviously, it's like classic sort of thing with the budget. It goes from something that could have a massive effect and everyone was getting really excited about to something that's a little bit of a damp squib, in my opinion, and just another way for the government to make a bit more money.
Yeah.
Obviously, taxing the rich, it's quite. I think it's probably an easy argument for people to get behind. But the sort of principle behind scrapping stamp duty, it comes from the housing market at the moment, which is very stagnant. There's not a lot of movement happening. And a lot of people are blaming that on the fact that stamp duty is too high and it prevents people from moving because there's those transactions where you can lose money. And I think house prices at the moment have been fairly stationary. And so the stamp duty being there then means that before, if you were going to sell your house for what you bought it for, you're actually ending up losing money with stamp duty.
Right.
And I think that's often a bit of a barrier to people where they've got capital left up in homes. So scrapping it could obviously have done that. It would obviously then leave a bit of a black hole.
I was going to say there'd be a bit of a gap with, I think it says in the article, 11.6 billion was raised last year on stamp duty.
Yeah, so
then you're thinking, how are they going to claw that back?
100%. Yeah, and I think then you have to either try and claw it back in other ways. So, it's unfortunate, but I think the developers at the moment are clamouring for a bit of demand-side reform. They want something that can help on the demand side.
Also, as you said, help to buy on the demand side. A lot of rumblings of wanting a help to buy too or something like that.
Yeah.
So it depends if...
I think the
problem is that's a bit of a plaster over a bigger issue, which is house prices are just
exactly
too high.
I think, look, if you have to stimulate your house buying economy with money from the government, that indicates that there's something fundamentally wrong, in my opinion, which is that house prices are too high, or really, I guess, land values probably are too high. But I think that's kind of, if we go into with help to buy, that's a difficult one for me. It's not something I necessarily think is a good idea.